All right, lads and ladettes. I just got back from work. Preheating at 450. And then we have all the ingredients for today's random mishmash of roasted veggies and chicken with a bunch of spices. It's going to have an Indian vibe to it. We got chicken thighs, we got eggplant, we have a zucchini, I actually don't know what this is. I think it's a turnip, rutabaga, hard to say. I also looked this up yesterday. It's apple melon or like green melon. It's an Indian vegetable. And then we got potatoes, we got the tomatoes, coconut cream, we have some dried smoked chilies. And then we have all the spices. The ones I thought would go well together are the bay leaves, cardamom, cayenne, onion powder, garlic powder, garam masala, and ginger. What else? So the way we're going to prepare this is we're going to roast all the vegetables. We're going to roast all the chicken. I'm going to roast the chilies to bloom them. The rest of the spices are just going to go in the sauce, which is it's basically going to end up a stew. The stew is going to be the roasted tomatoes, the roasted eggplant blended, as well as the coconut cream. That's all going to go in a pot. And that's going to be my liquid. If it needs any more, then I'm just going to add some water. And then I'm going to add all the spices that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to let that come together. And then I'm just going to throw in the zucchini, potatoes, the green apple melon, what I think is a rutabaga, as well as the chicken. And that's all going to hopefully cook in the sauces, not too softly, but still have some bite to it. So you can see that butterflied all of the wet vegetables and technically fruit, I suppose. I also salted everything so that it can draw out the water, so that it can roast a little better. And as you can see, I took out the little stems and the tomatoes. Don't forget to do that. Cut off the stems off the top of the zucchini and the eggplant. I'm doing this first because I have a small oven that I'm working with. So, as you can see, it's preheating the pan so that it can get a nice brown color on these wet plant foods. And then as soon as those are done, I'm going to roast the rest of the food. I'll show you what that looks like prepared as well. Oh, and let's not forget, we're going to spray the vegetables with oil to conduct better heat and probably make it a little richer in the end. I can get this on camera. There we go. All right, made a little mess, but that's okay, because a good chef always cleans. All right, hopefully you can see I laid out as many things I could in the space that I had. The second biggest reason, second to the browning, that I preheated the pan was because since it kind of takes a little bit of time to set everything in its place on the pan, and I'm opening and closing the door, I need things to be like to hold their heat so that all that water doesn't draw too much energy from the oven, because I need that Maillard reaction to like go off. So I have it. That's why I have it set at 450, and I don't even know if it's gonna brown things at that point, but hopefully it does. I think it will. It's pretty hot, so we will see. Okay, update. I looked up what this was. It is a rutabaga. I also looked up that it's supposed to be hard. So this is pretty squishy. I'm not going to eat it, so it's going to get thrown out, unfortunately. Ironically, I got it from 2Good2Go, so maybe I shouldn't be too surprised here. So maybe it's not ironic, but yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, it's a lot of food, so I would hate to taint it with something. I also cut the green apple melon in half, and I'm seeing this like kind of a core. I'm gonna cut it out just in case. It's pretty small, so it's not gonna be that much loss of vegetable. Smells very like a very mild peppery apple. a very extremely mild apple with a light peppery scent. That's a good way to describe it. I'm excited to eat this. I'm gonna roast it too. I chopped up the tomato too. Kind of increase the surface area there. So yeah, stay crafty, my friends. All right, as I went deeper into this green apple melon, is what I'm going to be calling it from here on out. There is a pretty substantial core actually. It's pretty like soft and like pithy, I guess is how I would describe it. I don't know if that's the proper word for it, but I'm sure that gives enough of a description. So I'm going to stay safe here and make sure not to put that in there. Other than that, everything's looking pretty good to go. That the reason I set it to such a high number is because in reality, it's not spinning anymore, is it? All right, we're gonna deal with that later. I'm just gonna look for color rather than like wait a designated amount of time. So that's why I just left it for so long, because I know it's just gonna brown when it browns. So that's the idea there. Let me fix this tray. It's really bothering me. Exciting development. As you can see, I'm going to do this real quick. The plant's already changing. So I think that's a really good sign. That's already, the beginning stages of getting some color. Much faster than I was anticipating. It's only been in there for maybe 15 minutes. So good sign of things to come. Okay, I'm now realizing that this is going to end up taking a lot of time because I'm roasting a lot of things in series. So, to speed up the process, I'm going to use this cast iron. I'm going to turn it on now to get the process started. Put it on maybe 4. And I'm going to start roasting the chicken. And if the vegetables in the oven take a long time, after the chicken, I'll start roasting this too. Actually, the chicken might be a good idea to do first and then the other vegetables, because even though they're not as wet as the vegetables in the oven, those will have enough water to take off the fond that's going to be generated by me quickly cooking and creating some browning on the chicken thighs. So hopefully that pans out well, no pun intended. I'll show you guys what happens when the time comes. Okay, so there we see some browning, not as much as I'd like, but I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to be safe about it. Probably should have preheated the pan a little bit more. But, I'm roasting the vegetables, I'm roasting the chicken, I'm putting in dried chilies. So it should be enough roasted flavor, smoky flavor, so looking pretty good. I'm not liking how the beer is looking right now. Have to wear a mask all day. And that always messes with it. Makes it wiry and not dense like it usually is. But gotta protect people from the vid. It's 2023 and we're still doing that. That's cool. To clarify, I don't have COVID. I got exposed. So yeah, 10 days. Mask. Sucks. Oh well. Pretty decent browning here. You can see on some of the potatoes. It's not going to be perfect. It's all about just getting a little bits of a roastedness on each of the vegetables so that they can impart their unique flavors. And they're all going to build upon each other on top of all the spices. So it's going to be a really deeply flavored stew, and I'm really excited for it. Okay, now we're starting to see the effects of the cast iron pan really heating up. This is a combination of browning fond on the bottom of the pan that's being collected by the tomato. It's kind of acidic and wet, so it's really taking off that flavor off the bottom of the pan. And also just the sugars in the tomato are also really caramelizing now. Oh, wonderful. That light's off, and this just turned off. Breaker just popped, so we'll have to fix that. All right, you can see I've separated the green apple melon, put it with the chicken potatoes. Let's see how we're doing in the oven front. Not a lot of color. I'm seeing a little bit of color, but I think I'm gonna turn on the roaster now. I think they're sufficiently cooked on the inside, so let's get some color on them. Gonna turn on the roaster. Hopefully that doesn't pop the breaker. As you can see, I've raised the platform to get the grills. You can barely see them right about there. The grills closer to those spinning vegetables. It's a weeknight. Not trying to be doing this the whole time. Sometimes it's really exhausting to be on your feet cooking for hours and hours. So let's see how fast we can do this. Not gonna let any of this delicious flavor go to waste. So I'm gonna put some water in there. I'm gonna grab one of these and we're gonna, scrape around a little bit. Make sure to get all that flavor we've developed. Make sure not to waste any of it, and put it in the blender as well. Some of you in the audience may be wondering, but Hector, what if the acid from the tomato ruins your cast iron? If it's a well-seasoned cast iron, it's gonna be fine. Every time after cooking, you spray a thin coat of oil, wipe it around, and then you let it smoke off, for 10-20 minutes, and then boom, you got your new layer. If you do that every time, you should be fine, even with cooking tomatoes. Okay, now we're at the part where we're putting the dried chilies on a dry pan, just heating them up, getting those flavors to develop in the chili. It smells a lot. It's almost like a ever so slightly sour but sweet aroma, smoky aroma. It's a little difficult to describe. Reminds me of home, definitely. And as you may or may not be able to see, but there are wisps of smoke coming off of it. As you can see, it got a little dark on one side. And this is the pan I just cleaned after cooking the tomatoes. I used dish soap for it, and been doing that for years. No problems. All right, you can see here we've got the lightly toasted chilies. I took out the seeds and obviously the woody stems that also contain most of the seeds. I'm not doing this for reducing heat. My understanding of the heat is actually in the pith of the, that's the word we used before already, the pith of the chili. I'm not sure how much of the pith makes it into here. Dried chilies don't tend to be as spicy in my opinion. But the chilies to me are a little bitter. And the woody stem, obviously you don't want that in there. So that's kind of the thought process there when taking out the tops and the seeds. Okay, we are ready to blitz. Might not be enough water. I can't really see any liquid pool up. Yeah, we should probably put more water. Whoa! Now, oh, that almost fell. Now I think we have enough water in here. We will see. Okay. I am very happy with that. And we're just going to keep doing that in batches. We're going to do that for the things roasting in there. It's hard to tell if there's any color going on. I had to turn the grill on again. 20 minutes to put it on for another 10. And they've been roasting at 450 for like an hour. So, maybe... I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I might have to do the grilling right from the start. And maybe pad the water off after I salted them. I didn't do that. I was thinking that I probably should have. But next time. I'm thinking between all this stuff, it's going to be good no matter what. Anyways, so I put my 1 can of coconut cream in there. It's going to go with all of the other blended ingredients. We're going to start putting these things in a pan. We're going to put that on the stove. And once it's on the stove, we're going to let it heat up. And then we're going to throw all this stuff in there. Just kidding. I totally forgot about the spices. So, unfortunately, because I refuse to look up recipes and measure things, I just kind of do it by eye. So it's just going to throw dashes of things in there, kind of keep working it until it tastes good. So that's kind of my process there. It's nothing really to see, but hopefully it turns out okay. We are going to persevere because I finally see some real dark colors on the tomatoes. Once that's starting, it's only a matter of time. So 10 more minutes. So that'll be a total of 30, yeah, 30 minutes under the broiler. Or as my oven's calls it, the grill. So I think I'm gonna do that and pat it next time, right off the bat, and then let the blender do all the softening instead of an hour at 450. All right, another update. So truth be told, I have no idea how to cook with cardamom. I know I love it. It's one of my favorite spices of all time whenever it's in dishes. So I just looked it up. And I also have to lightly toast them on a pan, just like the chilies. And it says they're very powerful, and I believe them. Not only did this come in a, one of these containers with the plastic lid, not the best seal, but, it's still a seal. And then it came in this little baggie, and the moment I opened it up, boom, just, oh my God, the aroma just hit my nose like crazy. I'm very looking forward to it, but I do understand what they mean by how it can overpower it. So for this whole thing, I'm going to use 3 pods, and hopefully that's enough. And also, prior to buying the cardamom, I've had this garam masala at home for the longest time, and I haven't used it. And now that I'm reading it, it has a little bit of cardamom in it. So I'm thinking 3 is going to be totally fine. I'm smelling this, and I can actually kind of smell it between, let's see, what else does it have? Coriander, black pepper, cumin, cardamom, and cinnamon. So it smells great. It smells like it'll match with everything that I'm making. So kind of picking that coriander, because this seems like a really good spice blend for anything that requires coriander. Coriander was not cheap. That was like $20 for that bottle. So you live and you learn. I'll have lots of coriander to cook with. I'll probably throw the pods in some rice, some basmati rice. That's probably my favorite way cardamom is used, cardamom pods at least. So really looking forward to the double cardamom. Okay, it's the big reveal. The grill is done. All right, let's see what we got. All right, gotta tilt that out a little bit. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. That's color. Screw it. All right, so we're gonna throw all this stuff. I'm gonna take the skin off of the eggplant only. We're gonna put that in the blender, blend it all up. I believe all those things have like a good amount of thickeners in them, like pectin, I think is one of them. So that's gonna make the sauce really have a really nice mouthfeel. So not gonna blend hot stuff either. So I gotta mash it up, let it cool down a little bit, maybe mix it with some cold water, see what happens. But yeah, just gonna blend all that stuff up like stew sauce. I don't know what to call it. It's not a broth, I don't think. Pretty sure it's not a broth, but yeah, once we have that, throwing in all the other ingredients, and we should be on our way. Oh my gosh, check this out. An hour and 30 minutes of high heat cooking. This just totally turned into a mash. I have not blended this yet. I have literally just been poking it like this, trying to kind of get the heat out. Yeah, it's already like super. I could probably just throw this in right now. I'm not going to. I want it smooth. I don't want chunky bits. Or a little bit of chunky bits. I'll blend it a little bit. That eggplant reduced. Look at my finger. It's right next to it. That eggplant used to be like, yay girthy, and now it's like a twig. So I have to, let's see if I'm not gonna burn myself doing this. I have to just scrape out all this the meat, I suppose, out of it. I just tried it. So good. Might be tomato also on there, but so good. And the flesh, the flesh, not the meat, is really soft and also kind of stringy. That'll be probably the main purpose of the blending here, is for the eggplant and maybe the zucchinis. But the tomato just gone, man. Tomato is just gone. Still gotta let it cool down. Oh my gosh, this eggplant has such cool physical traits after it's been cooked. Look at that. It's just the papery outside, and then this mush, which is, by the way, so good. Savory sweet, especially after the salting definitely pulled out. You can tell a lot of flavors and kind of mixed with the tomatoes. It's just It's really good, and it's like it's not like slimy or anything. It's just it falls apart really nicely. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. And don't forget, oh, we're gonna get rid of this. Do not forget all this juice on the bottom. It's so concentrated and delicious. You know I'm gonna be scraping with that thing right into here. And if I didn't mention it earlier, the reason I have these particular, like, seemingly random vegetables is because I got it from a 2Good2Go, which is basically, a random package of groceries. And so that's just what they gave me. I really have no, experience cooking with eggplant and the green apple melon, but it's just all coming together so well. I mean, it was from an Indian grocery store, so I just made the assumption that all those things would kind of go well together, and it's kind of panning out. All right, I'm getting kind of impatient here. This is taking a long time to cool down. It's a lot of thermal mass, so we're gonna put cold water in here. We're gonna put this in here, and we're gonna stir, and hopefully, it's kind of has the opposite effect of a double boiler. Kind of like how you would make ice cream with the salted ice, and then you stir the cream to get the cream really cold. Yes, I'm in my bathroom, my apartment. 2 sinks, one for the kitchen, the other for other bathroom stuff. Ingenuity! We're gonna cool this down as fast as humanly possible. Okay, that's the last of the blending stuff. That just goes straight in there. We're gonna scrape out all the good stuff. It's looking a little thick. This is kind of how I would want it to be at the end after all the cooking. So I'll just put a little bit more water in here so that it can cook down with all that stuff in there. And we'll finally be done. And that's gonna be lunch for tomorrow. It's gonna be even better when it sits overnight. Let me tell you.
Okay, boys and girls, now that I'm in a moment of waiting, we can talk about the cost breakdown structure of the meal. So, I cheated a little bit with the 2Good2Go. All the veggies were $5. The chicken was $6. And the spices, it's kind of hard to say, but let's just say another $6 of spices. That might be a little high. $5, just to be really liberal about it. So we're talking $16 for maybe 2 to 3 meals. Yeah, not bad. $5 a serving. Let's just say 3. Let's not be too gluttonous around here. But yeah, I'm really happy with that one. Anyways, I'll update you guys when all of the items have been cooked through and we can stare at its glory, and I can take a final bite.
Oh boy, here comes the money shot. Wow, that's really hot. Here comes the money shot. Steam! Oh, I wish the background was darker. There you go. That is looking mighty homogeneous. I like that. All right, we are going to try this now. Okay, the moment of truth is here. And I realized something. I'm supposed to act like this is my first bite and it's going to be all delicious, but when you're cooking, you add spices as you go, add, adjustments. So I know what this tastes like, but for the sake of entertainment, I suppose I have to pretend that this is my first bite of an overfilled cup of food, just so that you can see it. So anyways, that's showbiz. Here we go. I'm gonna get a bite with one bit of everything. It's gonna be impossible. I'm not gonna do that. So here's the green apple melon. It's a great texture, but it's really bland. The vegetable, but the sauce is amazing. And the chicken, we'll see how tender it is. Very tender. It's thigh, dark meat, so wasn't really worried there. So yeah, overall success. I am surprised that it's not incredibly strong in flavor. It's, just barely there in terms of like being good. I almost, if I was getting this at a restaurant, I would call this a little bland. And maybe I just need to cook it down more, but I've been cooking for 3 hours. I think I'm good. This is very passable. This is great. It's going to get even better tomorrow when it all marinates overnight. So, yeah, thanks for watching.